I'm not participating in that. I got other things I gotta do. Woo! We're doing Slayers. Dude, I've just been getting some absolute dog water teammates in ranked league. So we're switching. We're streaming this. Gotta take a breather. Sometimes it's not your fault you lose, but they definitely don't make it easier. So that was rough, but you know, whatever. We're gaming. Sorry about last night's stream being cut short, guys, but it just wouldn't let me like stay connected to the server. I haven't tried it today, but I just assume that it's not a problem anymore. Alright. Oh. I think the login bonus, what is it? Plus 10 magical find, 20% dungeon and skill EXP. I guess doing wolves or Svens isn't actually a bad idea then because of the plus magic find. What I really need to do is, I need an overflux. I need to do all my Dugans too. Who's the next mayor? Hidden for this election? Odd. I'll have to go, check to see who I'm voting for. I wonder if anyone's online. Probably not. It's a Tuesday. Oh! There's a couple people on. Let's get some people in here, boys. Boop. I love this song by King and Country. What's its name? Proof of Your Love. Absolute banger. Let's crank this up a little bit. I should learn this on the piano. I do have a piano, I'm just very bad at it because I don't practice it consistently. Oh, there we go. That's gonna spawn it. Woo! The proof of your love. Do you guys like this song? This song's a banger. King and Country makes good songs. I'm gonna let him kill it. Come on, bud. You can get it. Good for you, bud. In about a week, we're gonna get the foraging update. After years of it being promised, we're finally getting it, which is crazy. Only love remains. I'd like to do some foraging today instead of this and just talk to chat, but chat seems to be pretty quiet today, so.
I don't love. I'm nothing but the creaking of a rusty gate. If I speak God's word with power, revealing all of his mysteries and making everything as plain as day, and if I have faith to say to a mountain jump and it jumps.
I absolutely love this song.
Love, I'm nothing.
What about you guys, chat? Do you guys like Christian music? I'm trying to work on myself, so this is the first step, I think.
No matter what I say, no matter what I believe, no matter what I do, I'm bankrupt without love.
I always felt like, I don't know, my walk's been weird. But I have been slowly taking steps over the years to improve it. One of them is during church service, I go and I stand in the back in the kitchen. Because if I sit down in the main, like, if I sit down in the main, what is it? What is the word I'm looking for? Not pews. Where the sermons are held. What is the main room called? Not the foyer, but the, I'm struggling. Sanctuary. There we go. The sanctuary. If I sit down in the sanctuary, I just kind of clunk out in the seats. Even when we had like hard wooden pews, I'd still clunk out. And just be eepy. Just an eepy boy. And it doesn't matter whether or not it's in the morning or in the evenings or in the middle of the day, I'm gonna clunk out. So instead, I help volunteer at my church and do a lot of smaller things and try and surround myself with more, I want to say godly people, but that's kind of offensive to my friends. So, but it do be like that. Surround myself with more. Try and immerse myself. I could always like add the tag of Christian, but I feel like that might be bad because like I kind of go off on tangents that are not great, I think, so I'm kind of working on it. Hey, a bone. Why was I type slash rules? Slash. Okay. Don't got nothing. Francesca Battistelli. Another great song. This playlist doesn't have that many songs, but I love all of them. Oh, there's a mirror. Where'd you go? Is it over here? Oh, there it is. Oh, this is Sven Packmaster Tier 3. This is easy. Bam. Bam. Smirked it. Does he have true protection? He doesn't. I'm gonna help this guy. No. Oh, there we go. And just got a couple rips in my jeans. Do. Jably? Thank you for the follow, Jably. I presume you're John Ash. Johnish? I presume. I don't think I saw Jably in... Hey, Gert. Gert. Hey, bud. I'm gonna give it a couple more seconds just to make sure you're not, getting hit by... What's the word I'm looking for? Ads. There we go. Okay, bud. Your chest plate? Let me look. I think it's just your chest plate. Yeah, your chest plate can have something called True Protection. It's an enchantment. True Protection 1 is the only layer that you can get. And putting it on old armor is actually kind of valuable because old armor buffs it by a little bit. So instead of getting 5, you get 8 True Protection. And back in the day when I was doing my Svens, that was the difference between me struggling with 3s and being able to barely do 4s. So, what you gotta do is keep on heading forward. You're distracted by killing the wolves. No! You gotta come over to the back of the cave, over here. There's a NPC called Old Shaman Nico? And you can buy a True Protection book and put it on your chest plate. This is like a huge buff for doing Svens, because Svens do a lot of true damage. The alternative is you get a pet with true protection. You could do the rock pet. The rock pet gives a little bit of true defense. The dog, I think, gives... Oh, no, the dog just makes it so you take less damage from dogs. What's the other main pet for true defense? I can't remember. It's the rock. The Sven just makes it so you take 30% less from wolves. Oh! Wait. Yeah, it also gives 10 true defense. So you can either go with wolf or the rock. The wolf is better, just in general, but you might not be able to buy or craft the wolf pet. And you get the rock pet for free. So that is what I would suggest. As soon as you can, try and get some true defense on your chest plate there, John. I'm going to call you John. So... you need to get that true defense, bud. My first armor set was, I used old armor. And I was doing, I think it was revs. I was struggling with tier 4s. And then I got true prot on my chest plate. And I could easily do tier 4s. So that's the difference. But this was also, you know, a few years ago that I was doing this. I don't know how it works out now because Fairy Souls aren't as busted anymore. Big bummer. Because Fairy Souls used to be goated. Like, Fairy Souls used to be like 30% of your account's damage, period. No matter what point in the game you were, Fairy Souls were always, like, just cracked. Now they're not bad, but they're not as good as they used to be. They're still good to get, but it used to be, like, a very core aspect of the game was Fairy Souls and reforges on your armor. Or talismans. Now you don't have talisman reforges. I guess you could go... Is it the Glaciite one? With the Thaumalurgist? You put in 9 of the Glaciite shards or whatever. And that one gives you true defense and some armor. Which might not be terrible if your damage is fine. If you're able to out-heal the damage once you get that, then, you know, it would take you longer to kill them, but, you know, you could still do it. But yeah, you need some true defense there, bud, if you want to start being able to do your tier 3s easier without having to worry about dying. Maybe even after you're able to do tier 3s, you can do tier 4s. So you can choose tier 4s in the water, and that'll make it much easier for you, bud. I don't know if you got all that, but I hope you did. He's like, I see you're just, like, running around, bow spamming, letting other people hit it. You just need to get some true defense. Yeah, your weapon's fine, your armor's fine. You need to get true prot on your chestplate, bud. That NPC, you're pretty close to it. It's right there. It's 900k if you don't have any of the Seals of the Family perks. Which, you know, 900k is pricey. I'll have to admit that. Especially for a newer player that's rocking old dragon armor. I presume you don't just have 900k to throw around, but it really will help you a lot, bud. Hi, bud. Especially since it'll allow you to start doing tier 4 revs and stuff like that. Big, huge. What pet are you rocking? That's the real question, because you might be able to switch pets if you're not rocking a very important one. Where are you? You're still in the lobby. Where'd you go? Nope. That guy's running Ember Ash. Is it Ember Ash? Can't remember what it's called. Oh, there he is. What pet? Lion? Yeah, you could switch the lion to rock. If you switch it to rock and if your rock has decent levels, you might be able to do wolves easier because of the true defense. Because I think every 10 levels on the rock is 1 true defense, and just getting, you know, 3 or 4 true defense will help you a ton. Remember, sometimes in this game, it's not about the race, it's about the marathon, okay? You don't need to burst things, you don't need to sprint, okay? You just need to be able to do consistent damage without dying. So even though you're losing some damage from, you know, trading off the lion pet, you might be able to, you know, survive using the rock because it gives you that much more defense, so you don't have to worry about trying to burst it. Like, for me, I'm just, you know, I'm pretty late game. I've been playing this game for a long time. I have, like, 3k hours, right? Slash play time. 2.5. That's actually less than what I thought. I thought it'd at least be 2.7. I guess I did take a break from it recently. But, yeah. That's what I would recommend, bud. Seems to be pretty AFK. I hope everything's going okay for you. Josh Ash. Oh, hi. Wait, you're not Jabble? I thought you were Jabble. Brother. Have you been listening? Have you been here? Have I just been, like, bamboozling and talking to no one? This whole time I thought I was talking to you. But your username is the same. Then who's Jabbly? I've been bamboozled, backstabbed, tricked. Other words for being deceived. As you can see, my English degree is paying off. I did not actually take an English degree. I would never get an English degree because those are cringe. College is cringe. Look at me, just be unemployed. I actually hate being unemployed. It sucks. I gotta go into a place tomorrow and try and get a job. Found your TTV? I see that. You could have asked what it was, and I would have said it was the same as my username. But alright, bud. So I'm going to presume you have not been listening, considering you just said you found it. This whole time that I was talking to Jably, I guess it wasn't you, so I thought you were Jably. Again, thank you for the follow. Much greatly appreciated. I stream Monday through Friday at 10 p.m. PST. Lately I've been doing different times, but you know, today was 10 p.m. PST, and I hope you guys enjoy your stay. You need true prop, bud. True protection is very important. You get true protection a couple of different ways. You can either switch to a rock pet, which I believe every 10 levels gives you 1 true defense, or you can switch to a rock or a wolf. Wolf would be better, but you know, you might not be able to buy like a legendary wolf or craft a legendary wolf. Holy cow, I just got a 50% foraging EXP. That's gonna go crazy in a few days. What was I gonna say? You need to either get the enchantment from the NPC for 900k, which will give you 5 true defense on your chestplate, but since you're running old, it'll actually turn out as 8, which will be the difference between you struggling with tier 3s and being able to do tier 4s of either Sven or Revs. And then the other option for you is switching to rock or wolf pet. Rock or wolf. Because your lion pet is not doing much for you. Do you have a 100% crit chance? Yeah, you have a 100% crit chance. This is just giving you damage, strength, speed. Yeah, I would try out the rock pet. Get your rock pet to like level 20. If your rock, whatever level your rock pet is. Highest rarity and level. I guess level is more important than rarity because you're really just banking on that true defense, which doesn't matter what level it is. Or switch to a wolf pet. Ideally legendary, but I think any wolf pet will do. Let me check. Yeah, any tier of wolf pet will do because you'll get alpha dog and true defense, and that's very important for doing wolves early game. So that's what I would suggest for you, John. My nose is itchy. You know, alternatively, you could just, you know, let everyone else do the damage for you. That's not a problem. But I would recommend you getting the rock pet going. Are you listening? I'm not seeing any signs that he's listening. Here, I'll... Oh, he did switch to rock. It's level 4? Ooh, that's rough. It's level 4? I assume he does not. I don't even know how good a level 4 rock pet's gonna be here, bud. Only this level 5 one. Let me see what kind of stats it gives. True defense 0.5. Normal defense 10. It's something. You know, I think defense is spelled with an S and not a C, because I think I'm spelling it like normal fence, which it's not spelled like normal fence. Hopefully you'll heed my advice on the true defense. I really need to work on my Enderman Slayer, dude. That's atrocious, my Ender Slayer. There's his level 5 rock. He rock, he freaky. Does he have any XP boost? It doesn't even have 10%. That's rough. Oh, Howling Cave. Nice. They're useless, but it's nice. I think they sell for like 2K. Sure, how to make some money at my stage of the game, that's fair. Zealots, usually. You can one-shot Zealots, it'll take you some time, but, you know, Zealots, each eye is quarter mil? Or 3/4 mil? If you want to take the combat route, I would suggest Zealots. If you want to go the mining route, I would suggest just hard grind Mithril with a refined titanium pickaxe. You know, try and min-max your titanium pickaxe a bit. If he's listening, then, like, you know, it's different. Because I can just say it. I get the feeling that he's not listening and that he just followed, which is fine. Oh, you're listening? Okay, okay. So Zealots. Zealots are the first one. If you can one-shot Zealots, Zealots are a good way. It'll take you probably about an hour per mill. Less if you're lucky. But yeah. Zealots, I think the summoning eyes sell for close to a mill right now. Per eye, and then depending on your rates, you can get 1 or 2 eyes an hour. I've been lucky and gotten like 3 eyes in 5 minutes. So, you know, it just depends on your luck, really. Because it's RNG, it's 1 out of 420. And then there's some things you can do to try and increase the rates. If you want to go for another combat method, I think it's, if you can, tier 4 tarantulas tend to be profit because they give a good amount of venom. Venom sells for a lot on the AH. Or not the AH, but the Bazaar. So you can always AH poisonous arrow tip stuff. And that would do a lot for you financially because that basically pays for it. And then you're also, you know, getting string, spider ice, tarantula silk. Or, I think it's Taro Silk. Let me check the name. There it is. Tarantula Web. So your Tarantula Web would be pure profit. Same with the Spider Ice string, which sells, you know, enchanted versions sell for a little bit. Scavenger, making sure you have your scavenger level at a decent one and all your scavenger talismans and stuff. But tier 4 Tara Slayer and Zealots is what I would recommend if you're going the combat route. Mining, you kind of need a good setup for that, but I think a refined titanium pickaxe with glaciite armor and decent, you know, powder can make you 1 or 2 mil an hour doing mithril, especially if you're turning your mithril into refined mithril. from enchanted to refined. Each one of those will increase. I think it nets you a bonus like almost 100k per 2.5 stacks of enchanted mithril. Heck, you could probably buy enchanted mithril, do buy orders, sell them, or craft them into refined mithril at the forge, which would take, I think it's 8 hours each, and net like 100k profit. I don't do that kind of stuff because I think it's kind of cringe, but, you know, that is a money-making method. Enchanted flint. Farming enchanted flint can make okay money. But that's only if you have a snail pet. That's more investment and, like, the right armor and stuff to really make it valuable. You can't consistently mine, like, jade and stuff, but if you participate in the mining events, that just doubles all outputs. So you'll be doubling how much you make every hour in the mining event for 2 hours. So if you do the 2.5 hours, it'll be more like 5 hours. Oh, you got a level 100 snail pet? You could use the level 100 snail pet and then farm either mithril, red sand, or not mithril, mycelium, red sand, or that's still high enough. You do red sand, mycelium, flint with that pet, and that would be pretty good. I would not recommend normal sand, considering I'm in the top 5 for normal sand, and I can assure you, with my 323.7 million sand collected, sand does not make money. It does not. But red sand and stuff, that does. I don't know if wood prices have gone up because of the update coming out soon, but they might have. But yeah, I would... It depends. If you can one-shot zealots, do zealots. If you can't one-shot zealots, do do Tara Slayer tier 4. If you can't do tier 4... Cancer. If you can't do tier 4 Taras, then I would go with either red sand, mycelium, or I'll blow up the entrance so you can get back in. Red sand, mycelium, or the other thing. Oh, it's open right now. Cool. Come on, bud. Boom. But yeah, you need to figure out what you enjoy. If you enjoy combat, figure out a combat grind that you can do. If you enjoy mining, do a mining. If you enjoy foraging, well, good luck being broke. Just it do be like that. So, you know. I think killing goblins can be okay. I think killing goblins and selling goblin armor on the AH and killing glaciite guys, which is going to be super easy because you can kill them with a pickaxe. You can one-shot the glaciite guys in the mines of Devon. You go to the frost wall, you can one-shot the glaciite guys with a pickaxe. If you can one-shot them with a sword, that's better because you can have looting and stuff, but you can one-shot them with a pickaxe and then sell all of the stuff you get. I think each armor piece is 20 to 25k. And then the glaciite jewels, if you save them up and reforge them into handles, which doesn't take very long, it takes like 30-40 seconds per handle. You can squeeze out a little bit more money out of each jewel, I think. And that's a good way of making money. Is either doing that or goblins. You also gotta keep in mind, I'm a little rusty at early game making methods because the game has progressed from the early game and I haven't done a lot of those early game making money methods recently. I think there's one that's not very good because you need to be really lucky. But you could farm in the bottom, in the obsidian mines, at the bottom of the gold mine zone, or whatever it is. And if you kill the zombies and stuff down there, you have a small chance of dropping a EXP share core. I think those can sell for a decent amount. But the problem is everything else that you get from them does not sell for anything. There you go, bud. I have an infinity boom. I'll just blow it for you. Trying to think, what else is there for money making methods? Foraging, technically you could do foraging with a jungle axe. It's just not very good. Like I think with my tree capitator and my monkey pet, I think I was making like 800k an hour, which sounds good, but then you gotta also realize that it's a like 8k or 8 mil to 10 mil like investment. So it's not great. That guy's just invisible on my screen. Oh, there he is. But you gotta find what you enjoy grinding and then grind that. That's the #1 trick. So if you don't enjoy the grind, it's just gonna make it worse. Is sludge mining good? It is. I've heard it's good. But I think you need like a decent setup for that. I think you need at least like, you know, glaciite armor, which isn't that hard to grind. You need jungle pickaxes. So you gotta buy jungle pickaxes when they're cheap. Then do heartstone mining. And heartstone sells okay. It used to sell for more, but it just sells okay now. And you can sell sludge. It would be better if you saved the sludge and then bought the stuff that you're missing for gemstone mixtures and then crafted gemstone mixtures and then sold it. Because a lot of things in this game, you can farm the core resource for it, or one of the resources for it, pretty quickly, and then once you need to farm the other ones, you buy or order them, upgrade, then sell order, and you'll net like usually a 25% higher yield just for waiting some time. Also, always do sell orders and buy orders. Never buy or sell instantly unless you're only getting like 10 of something. Because the instant buy and instant sell really does scam you by a lot. And that's the only reason why I have what? I have 355 mil. It's because if I buy and sell orders. Otherwise, I'd be probably down like 100 mil if I only ever bought and sold instantly. So, I'd be like, 100 mil, that doesn't sound like a lot. It is. It is for most people until they get to late game. I'm like almost late game or really early on in the late game because I just don't enjoy certain parts of the late game aspect very much. So I always put them off. But I'm starting to get around to doing it. Oh. Oh. Me too. No, my freaking 27 L combo dropped. It would have given me way more EXP. Like, I'm not even maxed out on my combat level. I have mineral armor for the sludge mining, a fleet jungle pickaxe. It's not bad in the snail. It's not bad. I don't know if the Fiesta increases your sludge output. I'm gonna just say that. You're gonna have to research that. Now, the boxes... Okay, my hand-eye coordination is so bad. Can I please start killing things? Thank you. What is this? Is this true defense? No. I would recommend the furballs to keep true defense at the thermologic guy. Is your rock level 10 yet? And do you perchance feel tankier with the rock? The rock, she freaky. It's level 13. Let's go. 1.3 true defense. 1.3 is huge, probably. True defense is protection against things that do true damage, where normal defense is things that deal normal damage. So there's two types of damage. There's normal and then there's true. True damage is usually the one that melts your HP the fastest, because it's true and isn't affected by normal defense. And it's usually not a lot of true damage, but it's consistent. Most things that do true damage don't do a lot, but do consistent true damage. So then the issue is that you need to get a little bit of true defense to knock that down to being a very manageable amount. Yeah, that guy's got you. You're pretty low on HP. That's not great. Hey, by the way, you can reforge your equipment. I see that your equipment isn't reforged. You can reforge that. Yes, you can reforge your equipment. Honestly, Ender, and 4-piece Ender equipment and then reforging them to damage, and then if you can one-shot Zealots, it's huge. Mine is reforged to strengthened, which is +5 damage, +6 defense. Which is pretty good. I wonder, is there a reforge for equipment that gives true defense? True defense Skyblock. Stop it. Sources. Blaze Slayer pets. Which one's gonna be the most common for you? Wolf Rock. Those are going to be the ones that you're going to want. Minos Relic can increase all stats. Equipment. No, equipment. Demon Slayer Gauntlet. But that's for that. Okay. Armor. Sorrow. Armor of the Pack. Superior if you have the Reforge. Glaciite, but I don't think that's going to apply very well here. Accessory powers. Yeah, the Glaciite shards. You might want to rock Glaciite shard. And then just pump for speed with the tuning. That might be your play. Because that'll give you 10 true defense, and then you can go back to using the lion pet for damage. And Glaciite shards are pretty cheap. I think they're like 20k pop tops. Maybe 30. You need 9. So that's like, what, half a mil tops. I don't even see it being half a mil. Honestly, it's probably like a quarter mil to buy a handful of them. Oh, fantastic. What's up, my political princess? Thanks. I love you too. That requires a combat. Oh, these all require combat 20, which you don't have. Okay, let's look at reforges. Shiny Prism doesn't make sense for you to do. Troppy. Where does this come from? Oh, this is... Where do you get this? Okay, yeah, that's gonna cost too much for you. Dragon Horns? Dragon Horns are only good if you already have true defense, though. Yeah, you're gonna have to either go with a pet or go for the other thing. Glaciate Shards? I have combat 21. Oh, yeah, you can do that. You gotta get a handful of them. You gotta go to... Make sure that it's... And wait, Glaciate Shards? No, the only way for you to get that is if you're in the snow area. You're looking at the other Glaciate stuff. It's 5 days? I thought it was 6. Time zone difference. I'm helping out this guy. So they're gonna look... I don't have one on me, do I? I have one in here. Right there. Be in here. Yeah, you're looking at Glaciate Jewels, or are you looking at Glaciate Shards? Those are very important that you're distinguishing the two. Glaciate Shards you can only get once you're in the Glaciate Tunnels, and your Skyblock level is really low, so I doubt that you're in the Glaciate Tunnels yet. I'm saying that you can't be, but I doubt it. I get to play Foraging Update earlier, and that's not how that works, but okay. You keep telling yourself that, champ. I will be volunteering at VBS, so I'm going to try and stream it as soon as it goes live, but I might be preoccupied when it goes live. Also, tomorrow gets a special guest during the stream, which will be my littlest brother, Benjamin, my best friend, Jermin. You can test it on Alpha. I know you can test it on Alpha if you have MVP++, but I don't have that. And I'm not a content creator, according to them. Which is fair, because I'm very inconsistent with my streams, but still. Hey, your rock's level 18. That's something. Woo! What's going on with my music? It was cool. That's pretty solid. How have you been, Woodshed? Have you been swell in your land of upside down? Dude, I got a sunburn on my neck. It is bothering me so much. Tired? I took a nap today for like half an hour. I was looking at my bed to see if the dog was on it. My dogs ate the spare bed, so I'm kicking them off the beds for the day. They aren't allowed on beds after they ate the spare bed. Heck, I'll probably kick them off for a few days. Kind of upset about that. Because sometimes we like to have guests spend the night, and, you know, they ate a hole in the spare bed, which I'm pretty sure we could clean it up and flip it over, and it would still work fine. Because they didn't eat a hole all the way through. But it's still like, you ate a hole in the bed. You're a bad dog. I long for the sweet release of the foraging update. I'm trying to get a job. Still don't have a job. I gotta go in tomorrow to a store that I applied at last night. I applied yesterday evening, and I'm gonna go in tomorrow and be like, hey, I applied, I need a job, can you guys pick me? And I've been bribing them for a while, so I feel like if I go in person and be like, hey, I'm the guy that's been dropping off pizzas on and off, I put in an application, I need a job, hook me up. If you guys decline me, no more pizzas. It's like blackmail and bribery combo. It's just gonna be like that. And a lot of the people there seem to like me because they know me as the pizza guy. Free pizzas is a crazy motivator. Best of luck, twin. Oh no, twin. Thanks, Home Slice. The possibility is that the compensation for the item, the crimson armor, where Necron handle can destroy their value. True. That can happen. Depending on how the attribute refund works, I might be able to sink it into a Necron handle. That's my plan, is either sink it into a Necron handle or sink it into a what's it called? A Judgment Core. So those are my two things that I want to sink the feathers into. 50% back, I'm pretty sure. I don't know what you mean by 50% back. Out of the shards? So my spare, like, 2 shard, wherever I have it, is going to become a 1 shard? Or, like, off my armor, so the 3s will become 2s. Someone got 3 or so handles? Yeah, that's the thing. It's not like I've got a crazy amount, but I also got some on my equipment. Not that one, but these 3 each have equipment, veteran 3, so. But, you know. There we go. More stuff. Yippee. There's enough people in this lobby that I'm not upset if I have to leave it. Yesterday the internet was just dying. Like, I was getting disconnected like every about 20-25 minutes from Hypixel. Sometimes less, sometimes more. You know, it varied, but the average was about every 25 minutes, it would just kick me for like 5 minutes. I'm like, this is not fun for stream to try and enjoy me playing Skyblocks and talking to them. If every 5 minutes I'm getting kicked from, you know, Skyblock. So after or every like 20 minutes. So after an hour and a bit of trying, I just called it a day. So that's why yesterday's stream. Do I use Ethernet? Yeah. Like, my stream was fine. My stream didn't have any frame rate drop, didn't have any issues loading YouTube, didn't have any issues watching other streams. It was just connecting to Skyblock was just an issue. Relaunched my game a couple of times, that didn't work, and now it's fine today. It's like a bug. It's a big L. The VOD is public if you want to watch it. I am going to download it and then upload it to YouTube. Also, I uploaded a VOD the other day to YouTube, and it actually started pulling views. Which is kind of crazy. That a VOD was pulling, like, the amount of views it is. My router's all the way downstairs, so I can't run an Ethernet cable through the house. Mine is in my living room, and we drilled a hole in the floor, and I crawled underneath the house and brought it back up through another hole in my living room. We've done that for each one of me and my brother's rooms. This is the first day of the rest of your life. But yeah. Just, I'm trying to get a job. I'm down to my last, 1.7K. 1.7 grand. You know. And my monthly bills are, you know, about $1,000. So I only got a month. I got till the end of next month to find a job. Or actually, I have till the end of next month to be paid by my job, basically, before I am broke. I will be indebted to my brothers, and they will not like that. I do not want to be indebted. I use my sub to buy yourself something. Use my sub to buy yourself something pretty. Thanks for the $3, bro. The $3, the 3 smackaroonies. I might have a check coming in the mail for like $200, and then my grandpa owes me $100, and then I got a friend that owes me sort of $200. So I got like $500 that people owe me, and or $300. I have $300 that people owe me. I don't know if I'm actually gonna get paid the $200, but I also did not. I could not get unemployment. The state said I do not qualify for unemployment due to the circumstances of how I got fired. Just cringe. Highway robbery. Hey, level 20! You got a level 20! 20 rock. I should be able to do something for you. Chat, I gotta kill another 702 tier 4s. There we go. Chop off your hands to get the glue off ya. Yes, 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 yes. Boop. Boop. Trying to think, do I have any good ideas? Not really. There's a mining fiesta going on right now? Oh, I should have participated in the mining fiesta. Oh, I bamboozled myself. Chat, why didn't you tell me? 18 hours, I can participate in that one. Not the 8 hours, but the 18 hours I'll participate in. I'll be there for you guys. It doubles your mining everything. It just doubles all mining stuff and gives you a chance of rare drops that's for more monies. It's too late now, but I really wish I would have participated in that. Last time I did it, I made 100 mil in 2 hours. I made about a 50 mil an hour on average. And I was not being efficient about it either. I probably could have squeezed out another 100 mil or another 10 mil if I had been a little bit more efficient about it. I have a couple of Windigoon videos that I've been saving, so tomorrow we'll watch it. We'll do jade. To me? Are you talking about to me? You can join the guild. You can type in stream chat. That's about it. But it's not worth the leave to go to the mines, considering it's only a little bit. New. Where is this cringe lord? One day ago, farmer armor. Here, this is what we're gonna do. That's not wrong. There. Craft that. That. Here we go. Where'd the guy go? Where'd the kid go? Bud? Ugo? He left! No, Ugo. Oh, it's zeros. Reg is good. Bring him back here. Wait. This is the person that wanted help, right? There he goes. This says his account's 4 years old, but he might have taken a break. There we go. Hi, Orby. How are you, Orby? Invited the person to the guild. Doing alright? Remember me? No, I just see that you're not a new chatter. Here, let me check the 15 messages to see if I remember you. Okay, it's been 4 months. We love Hypixel. I haven't played Skyblock in a while. I've been working on Beat Saber stuff. Ooh. I do Rift. I'm level 250. Never touched it. I'm mega sad, though, because my friend is using my 99 rod. What mayor right now? Oh, it's Diana. I could care less. Shinrift. I'm moving from Florida. I hate our governor. Really, DeSantis? I like DeSantis. I live in California, so... I don't like our governor, because our governor literally is letting riots happen in the state, let several wildfires due to his laws protecting certain things, has crazy harsh gun laws, and I'm pro-gun. Some gun laws I understand, like not letting, you know, ex-criminals have guns, because, you know, depending on what they did, they could be a repeat offender. So, you know, there's some things where it's like, yeah, I can understand that. No full auto, no double trigger. I understand both those just for the fact of, you know, someone accidentally killing themselves, you know, darn award. But there is reasons to be able to have, you know, 30-round clips. And also, if you're going to commit a crime, you're not going to be like, oh, I'm going to commit a crime, but I'm going to make sure that my gun's legal. Also, a lot of the guns that end up being, like, a lot of the weapon attachments that end up getting banned happened like 4 or 5 school shootings, all, or like gas station shootings all in a row, and they're like very standard guns for like the FBI to have. It's a huge conspiracy. What's he doing in schools? Because your definition of bad and my definition of bad are very different, because I'm a conservative in California. So I can have some left-leaning views on some things, but for the most part, I lean pretty hard right. Which, in the past, has gotten me temp banned from Twitch, which was cringe. But whatever. They're godless commies anyways. But, I get to keep bees. That's all I care about. I get to keep bees in my state. Maybe I'll find someone to love me one day. But that day will not be today, because there's too many lefties in my state. We need to go back to red. It says that my county's blue. I kind of believe that. But that's just because we have a huge college, and so we got a lot of college immigrants. Banning books about history. You gotta be more elaborate, because you could say that, but if you're talking about, like, the history of, like, transgenderism and stuff, then, you know, that's fair. Also, it depends on the history, because some history books are just straight up lying. So, you gotta really narrow it down. Okay, like, what exactly in history is he banning? Because every state should have the legal right to have their own teaching credentials and be able to teach in their own way. So if you don't like how one school system's set up, you can either go homeschooled, private school, or switch school systems, or move states. You know, that's up to you. You know, if you don't like a state, the wonderful part about the United States is that you can either vote for a different governor, or you can switch to a state that has a governor you like. You know, like Civil War and World War II. Yeah, a lot of things. Okay, I don't know about World War II, but like the Civil War was only ever like 50% slavery. A lot of the 50% of the Civil War was about keeping slaves. Yes. The other 50% were broken down into tax purposes and a couple of other different reasons that a lot of people don't teach about. So yes, slavery was a huge part of the civil rights movement in the Civil War, but it was only 50% of the reason for the Civil War, and people make it out as though it's so much more. Even in my state, everyone's like, oh, the only reason why we had the Civil War was because of slavery. It was actually hugely based on tax reasons. Like, 35% of the reason why they went to war was tax, and the other 50% was a whole bunch of small stuff. And 50% of it was slavery, which, yes, 50% of something is, you know, a huge part. We can even say, like, 55% to say it was the majority was for slavery. But a lot of people overlook the tax and other reasons. I can't even think of the other reasons. I just know that taxes was a huge part of it. And the part of it, the issue was that the North wanted slaves to be free and the South didn't because it was cheap labor. Because you don't have to pay them. Which is kind of like a hot take because a lot of people feel that same way about illegal immigrants. I understand wanting to bring people into the United States that are in worse conditions. I can empathize for that, but I want it to be through the proper routes because I don't want them to be taken advantage of by big corporations that basically treat them as slaves, because big companies will bring in illegal immigrants and then basically blackmail them to have very little pay and be like, well, if you don't work for such little pay, we'll call ICE and have you deported. So they're basically slaves or like severe indentured servitude. So, have a good one. I'm going to go back to mining gold. I guess you just don't like my opinion, which is fair. You don't have to. That's the wonderful thing about the United States is that you can have differing opinions and just, like, be mutual about it. This is what it is. How? Which Slayer only took 1.2 seconds? Did they one-shot the Sven? Can you one-shot Svens, or do they have a hard lock? Which do you know? No, you're just fiesting? Okay, that's fair. That's fair. But I do actually like hearing different opinions on things and different views. I watch a lot of Asmongold, actually, because he's a central leftist. And I used to watch a lot of Ben Shapiro. Kind of stopped after October 7th, because then he came kind of like a sellout for Israel. Which I understand. I like Israel too, but, you know, I feel like he started prioritizing Israel over America, which I can understand his connection to Israel as being a Jew. Because as a Christian, I too have a connection to Israel. But my first and foremost is to God and my country, and not to another country. Now, I'm pretty sure he's dual citizenship, and, you know, his views of, you know, religion and stuff are different from mine, but, you know, it is what it is. I still like Charlie Kirk, big fan of Charlie Kirk. I think Charlie Kirk and Ted Cruz are going to be doing a debate tomorrow on Twitter or something. So I kind of want to watch that. You can one-shot the events? Okay, that makes sense. Also, the Fiesta just ended. Oh, my bad. It's got another 8 minutes. Or 10 minutes. Right? 10? Yeah, you got another 10 minutes. Go for it, bud. Get that gold mining. I think I got my 100 mil gold collection done. Click the right thing, right? Gold, 101 mil. Woo! I'm also number 5 in sand. Yippee! But right now I'm looking for a job. Volunteering for my church does not pay the bills. Believe it or not. But how are the rest of you guys doing? Let's switch off politics a little bit, because that's divisive, and I don't want to divide people. I mainly want to take certain aspects and find middle ground and fight for the middle ground that we can all agree upon. The 75-25 or the, you know, 70-30, 80-20, you know, those ones where like the majority of the country can agree and have like an 80% agreement, and focus on those and how we can work towards those as either a community or a country, as individuals or as a collective whole. Because as soon as this country becomes extremely divided, that's when you start getting, you know, riots and suicide and murder and other things. Like right now, I think it's something like, on average, one man commits suicide in the United States every minute or every other minute. Which, right now, male suicide rates in the United States surpass female suicides in the United States. Which is kind of crazy. I'm not depressed. I'm not suicidal. But that is something that's, like, a lot of people gloss over. Which is kind of why I'm happy that we're going for, we're pushing for Men's Mental Health Awareness Month instead of Gay Pride Month. Because, you know, one is, saying gay pride can be divisive, depending on where you fall on the political aisle. Saying Men's Mental Health Awareness Month is not divisive. Unless you tried arguing about, like, transgenderism and stuff. And at that point, you're just trying to be divisive. Instead of, you know, unifying. Which is a lot of the reasons that movements happen, is just trying to be unifying. But if your movement is dividing people more than before, you're probably not doing your movement right. Does that make sense? I wonder if Chad understands what I'm going for. Woodshed understands me, because Woodshed is my little baby boy. My little babushka. My little sweetheart. I see Amir's online. He's from Iran, I'm pretty sure. He just got off. I'll wait for him to get back on. So I'm kind of curious what he's got going on. Meow. Dude, my arm cushion on my chair is like wearing thin. And no worky word no more. What is your rock? It's like level 25. Do you feel like you're tankier now? Do you feel like you're having an easier time killing your tier 3s on your own? Or are you just not quite yet there? Because a little bit of true defense goes a long ways, bud. You got a Pikachu! Crazy. I want to listen to this one. This one's a banger. Kind of feeling like mixing it up. Same singer, but different song. So I think we've listened to the other song a couple of times today. Woo. Gimme! Gimme! I rewatched Star Wars 1 through 6 in the last few months. It's not bad. I kind of want to start watching 7, 8, and 9, but I'm kind of worried that it's not going to be good. Oh God, is it awesome God he reigns from heaven above with wisdom. I like the original of this song, but the original of this song is a little slow, and the main version on YouTube that I can find by... is it Hillsong Worship? Is not that great. Even though parts of the remix from Phil Wickham I don't like, most of it's pretty great. Critical damage. You can put the critical 5 book on your weapon, or 6. Silky Power Stones, that is true. Tuning on crit damage, true. Have you watched a infomercial, have you watched a tutorial on the Thaumalurgic guy in Spawn, where you give Power Stones? Have you watched a tutorial on how he works? Because you might want to look into that, because that is a huge part of the game now. Also, I'm pretty sure if I remember right, old increases pure, like, stats. Increases the strength of growth, protection, feather falling, sugar rush, and true protection. Okay, it does not change pure at all. But you can also put, you know, crit damage on your equipment, dude. Your equipment's not reforged, remember? You gotta reforge your equipment. Mine set the strength, but you can set yours to crit damage if you want. And you can just reforge them normally at the NPC where you roll it. Worship you. Hey, just have that. Just want a squid. Mood, bud, mood. I think I bought mine as a legendary a long time ago. But dude, John, you need to reforge your equipments. Because if you don't reforge your equipments, you're gonna have an issue with damage. You're very early game, I realize that. But you know how to reforge your armor because your armor is at the fierce. So you just gotta go to that same NPC, the blacksmith, over by the coal mines and Spawn, and reforge your equipment. Just toss them in, spend some money, reforge it, and that will give you a lot of damage, bud. Especially since you keep on talking about how you need some more damage or more crit chance or something. What's the booster cookie command for the anvil? I don't know. I don't use booster cookies. Oh, there's the Fiesta. Let me think. What could it be? Slash anvil? Oh. I don't think that's right. Slash AV? For normal reforges? Looking over at chat. Chat's pretty quiet right now, which is fair enough. Fair enough. Here we go, bud. Hey, Luke shared a critical 6. That's cool. Yeah, you gotta go to the hub, dude. If you want back, I can warp you back to this lobby. I'll invite you to the party. And I can warp you back. But you need to go to hub to do that. Well, you're right. You might want to talk to the thaumallergic guy. We got a 35 kill streak going on when I killed him. That's pretty good. What should I reforge it to? Your equipment? Well, if you want crit damage, go for crit damage. If you want defense, go for defense. Mine's strengthened, but I think you need an item to reforge to that. I'm not sure. But just whatever you prefer. You want your strength and your crit damage to be within about 50 of each other. Is that how the math works? If one's a little higher than the other, it's not that big of a deal. But you want them to be roughly within 50 of each other. So, if you holding your weapon, access your inventory, click on menu, hover your head, and look at your strength and your crit damage, you want them to be close together. Mine is not close together. That's on me. Because I have crazy amounts of strength, so I need to reset this a little bit. But it is, I think it's better or closer if I switch to this armor. No, it's even further apart. You have more strength and crit damage, then reforge your talismans to whatever gives the most amount of crit damage. I don't know what gives the most, but if you just reforge it and it says crit damage and it's got no negatives, take it, and then start reforging the next one. That is my word of advice to you. Also put critical 6 on your sword. That'll give you more crit damage. Why do I have less when not holding weapon? Because you're not holding a weapon. Your weapon has stats on it. They give you crit damage and strength. That's why you gotta go off of, you know, you gotta hold your weapon and then click on it in here. Go to your inventory and then click on the menu button. So that it can apply the stats of your weapon. Your main weapon. Because if you scroll over to here, you're no longer holding your weapon, so you're losing the stats from it. No, Jess, out. That's my dog. She was being a bad dog today, so she doesn't get on the bed. She gets no bed privileges today. She comes in, looks at me, looks at the bed. Me, no. Bad pooper. There we go. Trying to think, which is very hard for me. It's just a blank statement. But while you're over there, you might want to unlock some things through the thumb allergic guy. Oh, my nose itches. There we go. Glaciite shard spot in the Reforge area at the bazaar. They should not cost more than 25k each, and you need 9 of them. 9 Reforge stones, not glaciite crystals. Whatever it's called, let me check. Not jewels. Shards. Not jewels. I repeat, not the jewels, but the shards. You need 9. And then you can unlock that and then put your tuning points into speed. And that'll give you a lot of crit damage and true defense, which should help you with the Slayers a lot. Or you can go Silky. Silky's super cheap to get. I think it's like 1,000 coins. Glaciite shards, yes. For true defense. So you can switch your pet to a damage pet. And still be able to kill these guys pretty quick. They should be relatively cheap from the bazaar. I don't think I've ever sold one, even when it was like new, for too much. You can instant buy 9 for 2k. Yeah, I'd do that. And then there's a there's an NPC called the Thaumallergic something. If you don't know where he is, he's in a sandstone building on the right when you're looking towards the Colosseum. So walk towards the Colosseum, there will be a building on the right, and he's like the main wizard in there. His name is Maxwell, I believe. And you'll want to talk to him. And then there will be somewhere in the menu that lets you unlock more tuning attributes. I think it's near the bottom of the menu. There will be a button. It'll be like a whole bunch of cubes inside of each other, sort of looking trippy Rubik's Cube thingy. And click on that, and then you can toss in the 9 to unlock. Your crit is no longer chance? Your crit chance is no longer 100 while holding your weapon. Then put your tuning points in the crit chance. How close is it to 100? Are you like only a couple points off, or are you like a lot of points off? Seven? You're 30 points off? Woo-wee, that's a lot. You can say your armor the Pier. That would give you the crit chance that you're missing. And it would make you tankier. Instead of fierce. Instead of the pure. Your armor? Your armor is reforged to... Mine's ancient. Yours is reforged to fierce. If you reforged it to pure, it would make you tankier. I think it would be better. You have to compare the stats, but it would give you a lot of true defense. Well, I guess pure doesn't give true defense. It's because you're trading the damage from the fierce for true defense in the... Or you're changing your crit chance for true defense. So that armory guy where you reforged your equipment, these, you would reforge your armor at him until your armor was pure. Instead of fierce old dragon, it would be pure old dragon. And you would gain... How much is it? Let me check. I have anything to the fierce. So your crit chance would go from 6 per armor piece to being 10 per armor piece, but your crit damage would go down. That's the trade-off. But since you're gaining crit damage through the reforges, it might work out better. It's one of those things where you gotta play around with it for a while. But then you can also switch off of using the rock pet to using the lion again to amp up your strength. So you would have more damage. And if you're losing a little bit of damage, but you gain a lot of tankiness, so you're able to do your slayers on your own, then it's kind of worth it. Is this a lot of information? Am I throwing too much at you? No? Okay. Dang it. Oh, you're already in another guild. Never mind. I tried inviting you to my guild so that we could talk in guild chat if you didn't want to keep on tapping out or doing whatever for Twitch, but it's fine. Let me think. If you're gaining 4 crit chance per armor and you multiply that by 4, that's 16. And you can attribute your points probably at least another 4, so you'd gain 20. You have second monitor for Twitch? Ah, you're dual monitor gaming. Let's go. I have to look at your setup a little bit better. See what you got going on. But pure will make you a lot tankier, at least. You can also reforge your sword into having crit chance. I think it's sharp. Is it sharp? Is it sharp? This is spicy. I think it's sharp that gives a lot of crit chance. There's a reforge for a sword. Which do I have this one? This one's withered and fabled. Toil, spicy, yeah, because I have 100% crit chance. You are spicy also, but you naturally have a lot. You have 108 crit chance? That's huge. Okay, well, you can reforge one of your armor pieces probably back to fierce if you wanted to. Or make sure that your equipment doesn't give crit chance, or your tune your points off of crit chance into something else. But, yeah. What is my, actually? My crit chance is 133. It is what it is. Your strength is now imbalanced. That's fine. Because if you're still rocking the rock, switch to lion. Because lion gives you strength. So that's how you're compensating. And then look at what it is. We're listening to a lot of Phil Wickham, which is fine, but I kind of want Sidewalk Prophets. Actually, we'll listen to this of Saint Disreal. Is your stats closer to being even with the strength pet? Invite me to your guild, please? Okay. Welcome to the guild. This guild's pretty quiet. It's kind of dead, but I'm trying to revive it. Every time I stream, it's like trying to revive my guild every single time. There used to be a time where I had averaged like 20 people online in my guild. Huge fan of Saint Disreal. So you have your armor set to a mixture of pure and fierce to get about 100% crit chance. You have your armor or your equipment reforged to either strength or crit damage. Then you're running the lion, and then you have tuning points that you can also apply. Did you apply your tuning points in the Thaumaturgist to whatever's lower, either your crit chance or strength, to bring it up? Because that would be the last thing that you would need to do. In that order. Pet, armor, and then tuning. Because you're going to want the Glaciite one. Because that's going to make you super tanky. Compared to whatever you were using before, which is probably just the default. You part of me? Sure. I'm gonna guess you want the warp. Count the. I'm gonna give you a couple seconds to confirm or deny before I just go for it. 4, 3, 2, 1. Sending it. I don't think there's that big of a delay. I gotta kill my boss before I open that up for you, and then I'll look at your stats to see how you're doing. And then you're gonna try and kill another Slayer and see how that works out for you. See if you're able to tank it properly. Oh, you're in already. Okay, let's see. 104. Yeah, that's about right. That's about right. Yay! Your stats are looking pretty good. Menacing. Okay. All pure. Okay. To the sharp. Nice. What's your true defense now, though? That's the real question. You should have a pretty... I think the Reforge gives you 10 with the Thaumalurgic guy. Should give you 10. What's your movement speed? A little over 14. 10? Okay, perfect. Now, you should be able to do your Slayers much easier. Because we've reset you to being tanky, and as long as you have some... Do you have, like, lifesteal in your sword? What's your sword? Does it have lifesteal? It doesn't have lifesteal? It's got vampirism. Oh, it does have lifesteal. Lifesteal and vampirism. Okay, okay, okay. We're good, we're good. Do you feel like your damage is pretty similar, or do you feel like you're doing less damage now? Because I think your stats are pretty much the same, except now you got a lot more true defense. And a lot less speed, because it gives minus movement speed having that Reforge for the Thaumalurgic Maxwell. But, you know, it's a trade-off if you're able to solo your own tier 3s and 4s. $17K? That's not bad. You're able to one-tap a lot. How much do I do? 277? Yeah, somewhere in the 277 range. Just call a quarter mil. I do a quarter mil a hit on average. I really like Rend Collection. Another good band. You almost soloed a tier 3. Did you die, or did like someone help you? I didn't see. It's oh, you died, so I'm gonna guess someone came along to help you. And then did you cheese it in the water? Someone came in and helped. Okay. But like, look at that. That's huge. From being able to like struggle with it to being able to, you know, be able to do it. You know, you might need a little bit of help. But if you're able to solo it, that's huge. The game isn't very good at telling you all these little niche things you need to know about to get the best bang for your buck, which is the issue with Skyblock. But the plus side of Skyblock is it's been around for such a long time, and it's got a decent community that there's a lot of people online, especially in the YouTube and streaming sphere, that can give you pointers in the right direction to help you out and are willing to help you out so that you're not struggling so much in the early game. You know, maximize your damage on your equipment, because a lot of people didn't know that a lot of people still don't know that you can reforge your equipment. Oh, how much damage were you doing before the change? Were you doing more than 17K before we had you swap around everything? Or are you still doing like roughly 17K before you did all the reforges and stuff? You're doing 11K, so you're doing more and you're tankier? That's perfect. The Colden boy, I haven't seen you in a moment. We're back into streaming. Okay, I'm kind of done with being burnt out. I am doing like less consistent streaming times, but I'm trying to stream more. So I'm finally done with my burnt out phase. I'm back in the Skyblock. I played a lot of League of Legends while I was gone. You know, got all that toxicity out of me. I'm trying to work on my life a little bit. Mainly my walk with the Lord. Update soon too. Yeah, I know. But we're doing Sven because I still don't have my overflux. Hey, it looks like he just did it. Can you do tier 4s now? That's the real question. Well, what's up, Golden Boy? I'm sorry that I haven't streamed in a while, and I still plan, for you guys that know, to do the last 11 and a half hours of my, I still have to do the last 11 and a half hours of my, floor 7s. I haven't forgotten. Just I had to wait because there was like some trolls and stuff that I had to get rid of. You gotta go? Alright. We'll see you again in the future. I hope that my words of advice help you in your journey in Skyblocks. 1 a.m. for you? It's 11. It's almost midnight for me. You know, West Coast represent. Now put your hands up. Ah! I'm gonna let you know California girls are not what they used to be. They are not worth it. Can confirm, not worth. If you actually want to, you know, get married, settle down, have a happy life. Now, if you're just going for a quick pump and dump, they might still be worth. Got a lot of tortas. But if you're a torta pounder, you know, more on you. That's not my prerogative. I have different goals in life. Dude, everyone sleeps on pure armor, though. Like, pure armor is kind of goated. There you go, bud. See ya. Good night, my good sir. May you have the sweetest of dreams and lullabies. But what are the rest of you goobers up to? I don't think I forgot about you, little my pumpkins, my little bumpkin boys, my little sweet peas, my little worker bees, my little nutmeg. I don't know where I'm going with this. This song got me through a hard time in my life. This song's a banger. Okay, I say a lot of songs are bangers. This one, it's not as much of a banger anymore for me. But, Brandon Lake still makes some really good songs. Boop. Chat, you're being quiet. How am I supposed to work with this? You guys aren't giving me input to give back feedback, okay? I'm gonna help this person out real quick. No, not you. Looks like a girl. Here, I'll crawl. This is a side quest. What is that? Stop posting links. Probably a bot. Get sniped. Yep, was a bot. Oh wait, I have another one I can cash out. Let's go! Cash out! Didn't know about that. Chat, am I down bad? Maybe. What, brother? You threw my hat? I put it on top of the other hat. That's not even my fault. It's Evie. It's your rack? You know, that's probably fair. Hello. I mean, I guess you're Maxie. That's gonna be fun. To remember, Maxie is Evie. It's gonna trip up my brain. Yeah, if you ever need help in Skyblocks with like information or something, we just got done helping Joshua. You have 6 souls. That's not a lot. I think there's like 200 now. You go to your quest log. Yeah, there's 253. I'm missing some. Forging update's not for another 5 to 6 days.
It's on the 26th.
23rd.
Oh.
23rd at 6 p.m. EST.
6 hours. Was that you, Jazz?
And then took her to bed. And she. No, get off the bed, dog. I kicked her off the bed.
Jazz.
Can you take her off the bed? Why are you killing dogs? I don't think it was Caboose. I'm pretty sure it was Jasmine.
I think so too, but sucks to suck. Smacked them both.
Yeah, I already smacked him around and took him outside. Take him out. I'm streaming. People will get upset. You're on mute. The dogs ate our spare bed. Like, literally ate a hole through it while we were gone. Monster? It's part of the game. Unless you're talking about it in real life, and that's just punishment so that they learn not to do it again. Which reminds me, dog, you gotta get off the bed. You're in trouble. You don't, no, down. Down. Off the bed, now, down. Get down. No bed for you, get. That's also the last batch of trains I gotta print. The long fan, Jasmine down, and a couple other people from our church trimmed all the trains for me, so I don't have to.
Sweet.
There was 50 plus of them, and it took them so long.
I bet. So long.
I'll come to Hub. Meow. What's up? Boop. What are you doing? I'm rich. I have a lot of money. What are you showing me?
No, you do not, Simon.
355 million coins. I'm not taking your money. You keep your money.
Simon, I have over 5 times your money.
This might be true.
In straight coins, liquid, I have over 5 times your money.
353? 353 mil? Don't go away. Too late. Dude, I'm not gonna take your currency. If I wanted money, I would farm it. You want to reward me? Then you gotta drop a follow. That's all that I want, is people to join the guild, play the game, follow me on stream. Because I'm currently unemployed, so you guys stopping by stream and watching consistently does give me a little bit of money through ad revenue while I'm searching for a job. Which I'm gonna go in tomorrow, brothers, and talk to the lady that does the hiring at the store and just try and convince her to hire me.
I wouldn't hire you.
Yeah, that's because I'm your brother and you hate me. Because I don't have a what? How can I level up and get so good like you? You gotta spend a lot of time. It's a lot of hours. Also, thank you, Evie, for the follow. Much love. Really appreciate it. I stream Monday through Friday at 10 p.m. PST. Exclamation for Discord. Social description below. And I hope you enjoy your stay. You can either watch tutorials to collect all the fairy souls. I don't know what your base looks like, so I'd have to go look at it. Which, I kind of want to stream for probably another half an hour. I'd probably go for another half an hour, and then we can start doing some other stuff. But I want to at least farm Slayers for about another half hour.
How much RNG meter do you have stored up? Because I hope you don't have it on overflux.
I have it on Overflux.
Take it off of overflux.
Why?
Because when the next one comes out, you're gonna set it to the next thing.
I don't have an Overflux yet, though.
What?
I don't have an Overflux.
Why not?
I'm not even Wolf Slayer 8 or 9.
What the heck?
Look.
I've got 5 mil overflow in Wolf.
Yeah, I'm not even maxed. It's not big. Oh, I can confirm it is big. Isn't that right, brother?
It is overly large to the point where it would probably hurt most women.
Yes. We can confirm it is large.
He is much more of a shower than a grower. Which makes me scared, because if it can grow too.
True. You meant yours? I don't want to know what yours looks like. Oh, your base. Oh. You haven't even looked at my base. Okay. Hey. This is the boys stream, okay?
That's a boy you're talking to, right?
Probably. I don't know. It's got a female skin and its username is It's Evie, but you know, on the internet, just assume that 75% of people are dudes.
75. I assumed 100%. Women
True.
are real.
You're getting married.
Okay, I haven't confirmed.
Touche! You got me there. I cannot beat that. I'm a dude, don't worry.
Oh, good.
Good.
Now the question is, how big is your base?
Now I need to go. Oh, my base is definitely larger. Have you seen it? You don't know Miku? Miku. What's it like to be you? Blue hair, blue tie, hiding in your Wi-Fi, open secrets.
You know too much of this.
Everywhere you find
Is this
me.
what it's like to not have a job?
Yes, you find something to null the pain of your brain. And Nakano? No, I don't know what that is.
Nakano? Wait, from the hit series, High School DxD? Nakano?
If I visit your island, there's porn. We're gonna have an issue.
I have no idea if that's a real character, by the way. I just assume all names are the same.
The quintessal quintuplets.
Oh, wait, I do know about that one. The hot one with red hair.
Redheads?
Is it? Yeah, I think it's red. It's red, right? The hot one has red hair, right?
I don't know. Dude, I've been listening to worship music all day, or I guess Christian music, not necessarily worship.
Not Nino? Nino's the hot one!
Isn't Nino the name of your coworker?
Don't say that.
That's his nickname.
No, that's his real name as far as I'm concerned.
That's not his actual name, though.
It's close enough.
Google her trust? Okay, that is fair. I'll Google it first.
Nino. Just
Nino.
quintuplets.
Okay. Nino Narikiyo.
It is the red-haired one! That's the hot one.
Okay,
What was the one he said?
I'm gonna be honest, I could 3D print this.
Okay,
Probably.
wait. What was the one he said? You gotta look up the one that he said.
This is the one that he said!
No, he said
Not-
Nino. Scroll up.
You're killing me. My testicles. Nako.
Nakano.
Nakano? That's not what I wanted. Nakano quintuplets. That is... Wait. Did it just give me the same one? It's now just showing me 5. Are you into harems? Miku.
Oh, Nakano is the surname, so what's the actual name though?
Miku. That's number 3.
Is that not Angel Beats?
Is that not Angel Beats?
Hold on.
Wait.
Okay, if this person's watched Angel Beats, then he'll understand. That's just Angel Beats.
I'm gonna be honest, at some point, all anime characters kind of look the same. Like, all female anime characters. Like, the 100 Girlfriends, how are they all going to look unique? Okay, there's like 5 female formats for anime. Okay, you got the Megumin, you got the Aqua, and you got the Goddess. Okay, that's 3 of the 5 main formats. Okay, you got the flat. Well, I guess there's Lolly, but we don't talk about lollies. That's bad. That's very bad. Are you preventing her from getting on my bed? That's guild EXP. It's leveling up the guild. It's just kind of like a side quest thing. Guild level? That didn't work. Guild / guild info. The guild level is 118. For reference. My goat? I am the greatest of all time? Flattery will not get you far, sir. Money will. Like I said, I want to go for a little bit longer on stream before we start diverging. Need your opinion. Ow. Hey, it's hard to riz me up. Spider hurt me. You gotta get the repelling candle, and then aggressive things can't spawn in your island. Without, mobs can't naturally spawn on your island. I'm pretty sure I've listened to this song. We're gonna listen to this one. What thing? What thing? Huh? What? A repelling candle. On Franklin Street, no driver's seat. I'm trying to think. I have to go to bed soon, so I guess. Oh, we need to go to at least midnight, which is a few more minutes. How can I come to you? Like that. I'm hilarious, I know. Bloop. You gotta go behind the waterfall in the birch area. I just blew open the entrance, so you got like a minute. And then you can come into the spoiler. I guess it's the Howling Caves. Hi, bestie. OMG, is that you? Oh, look at you. You grow up so fast. Also, your armor's low-key kind of cheeks. Okay, it's kind of buns. It's not great. Okay, what's up? What is this? Okay, I don't need either one of these. These are useless for me. I'm gonna be honest. But I'll give you a little mwah, a little kiss on the forehead. What do they do? You need to read them. Reading the item explains the item. I believe those are reforged stones to put on pickaxes. Oh, hi, Boo. Oh, Kaboo. Does your guest allow does your island allow guests? So I can visit your island? Check it out. Yes, it does? Okay. A reforge anvil? Yeah. There's a couple of different types of reforging anvil. There's the combining reforge anvil, and then there's the roll the stats and pray to Jesus reforging anvil. Okay. Let's... Whoop. Okay. Let me switch to my Phoenix pet. So I can fly. This is like Sky Factory type base build, I'm gonna be honest with you. A dungeon item, really? Phoenix Pet is not a dungeon item. I want that to go on record. This is, something. It's not bad, but you want to have as many... Oh, is it a... No. This one might be. Okay, let's get to my island, and let's warp you over to my glorious creation, okay? Now look at this. Now this is an island. We got anime characters. We got the Owl House from Disney's The Owl House. This is my island. This is mine. No, I brought you to my island. Is it loading for you? Hi. This is my island. You don't see anything. What do you mean you don't see anything? You're about to fall. You're going downstairs. Now you're in a tree. Here, let's do this then. Wait. Okay. I get that. There we go. Now is it loaded? This is my island. My glorious creation. I really need to remove more of that nether wart farm. It does hurt the frames quite a bit for a lot of players. But, you know. This is it. Also, since it's the end of stream, basically, I've been trying to do this new habit on the end of stream where I read from my 3-minute devotional. So it'll be pretty quick. And then I'll wrap up the stream. Natsu is a lovely character. You should go look at Megumin over to the left, or in the other guy behind. Just explore for the next few minutes while I do this. How to bring joy to God. Let us continually offer the sacrifice of praise to God. That is, the fruit of our lips, giving thanks to his name, but do not forget to do good and to share. For with much sacrifice, God is well pleased. Hebrews 13:15 through 16. You gotta get to the end of the sand. You gotta go over the bridge towards the sand. You gotta go that way. The story of Jesus Christ as God's eternal Son has no beginning. The story of Christ is fully God and fully human, begins with his conception at birth. And it ends with his sacrificial death on the cross and his resurrection 3 days later. But it actually didn't even end there. It was only fully complete when he sat down triumphantly 40 days later at the right hand of the Majesty on high. So how do you worship him? How do you show how much you love him? You do so by praising God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Spirit with your mouth, both in prayer and song. You also do so by doing good and sharing with others, for with much sacrifice God is well pleased. Your words praising Jesus and your good words and actions towards the people around you bring God joy. Lord, help me worship and praise you with all my being, with my thoughts, my words, my actions. In Jesus' name I pray. I'll give that a little ring. That's not a bad one. It's not a bad daily Bible verse. That's my 3-minute devotional that I'm trying to get through by doing this with you guys. That's my farms, because before the garden, you used to have your farms on your main island. But I think this is where I'm going to end stream, guys. So, we're going to switch to intermission. I hope to see you guys later. Let me thank everyone who followed. Icy, Rizwan, Oaks of Life, Just Maced, Jably, John Ash 303, and It's Evie. Thank you guys for the follow. Much love, greatly appreciated. I stream Monday through Friday at 10 p.m. PST. Exclamation mark, Discord, social down in the description below. And I hope you guys enjoy your stay, and I hope to see you guys again tomorrow. If I don't, I hope you have a good afternoon, good evening, good night. Goodbye. Jesus loves you. Mwah. I'll still be online for a little bit. Probably just a few more minutes if you guys need something. Bye-bye. Mwah.